afternoon needs to be a little bit farther down. There we go. That's perfect right there. My chance to be the mayor for 5 seconds. Oh yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today for this news conference about Project O Street. With me today are
Okay.
You want me on the left side, right?
I think we're gonna want you. Yeah, yeah. Liz, I think we'll have you on the right, and we'll have.
So the thing with today is since we have the projector, is it's all kind of close together. So we'll talk right next to you.
We're gonna help address these kinds of conflicts.
Bicycle coming through on your on the east side. Here.
East side. Everyone's east, north side.
Right. Stand here next to the brains of the operation. You're gonna go right there. Right here. You do. Okay.
He knows how to find a window.
I was driving down 17th Street the other day. Thinking, I need to tell. Well, you know what? There's a lot of shit going on.
Right here.
Know every detail.
Awesome.
She's got other people.
I'm Mark. I'm Todd Ogden.
Trying to
Nice to
fight.
meet you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you. A little birdie.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
I've never seen the star so visible. Did it get cleaned or power washed or something? Or do
Yeah, there was a thunderstorm last
that
night.
time of day
Yeah,
where
where
you
it
get the right
just
sun.
hits.
Yeah.
Wow. It's really cool.
Eric will yell at you.
Well, good afternoon. Thanks for being here and joining us on location in the heart of downtown Lincoln today. With me are Lincoln City Councilmember Benny Shobe, Lincoln Transportation Utilities Director Liz Elliott, Downtown Lincoln Association President and CEO Todd Ogden, University of Nebraska-Lincoln Interim Executive Vice Chancellor Mark Button, and Downtown Lincoln resident Randy Hawthorne. We're all gathered here outside our city's iconic Main Street, O Street. O Street has a storied history in our community. A brass plaque that away near Sandy's Bar at the corner of 14th and O marks the site where a log cabin was built in 1864. Back in those days, this road was a trail used by pioneers, waxing oxen and cattle, not LFR's finest, hauling at high speed. This has served as Lincoln's Main Street for over 150 years, and it's been a hub of retail. Many of you may remember shopping at downtown department stores or at least getting a cinnamon roll at Miller and Payne's before a Husker game. Today, O Street is home to some of Lincoln's most successful employers, including Nelnet and Union Bank. O Street, as I said, is the heart and soul of our community, and it's the front door to our downtown and to the University of Nebraska. And as part of the Detroit-Lincoln-Denver Highway, it brings tens of thousands of people here, providing a really important first impression of our community. In a profile on O Street that was done in Nebraska Life magazine, they said that, quote, "The impact of the relationship between the people and place, between a community and the strip of road that pierces his heart, cannot be understated. It is powerful and enduring." Well, we at the City of Lincoln agree, yet the O Street our community experiences today doesn't quite reflect the cherished place it holds in our hearts and our mind's eye. Two really major shifts have contributed to O Street's physical decline over the years. First, the departure of large retailers as they began to move out of downtown and head into the malls during the 1960s and 70s. And second, more recently during the pandemic, the departure of many downtown workers as employers allowed their employees to work from home. Well, we're here to chart a new and better course for O Street, and we will do so in ways that honor the street's importance for our community and that catalyze economic opportunity. And that's why today we are so excited to share more about the city's biggest investment in our downtown Main Street in nearly 50 years. This investment, previously referred to as the Downtown Corridors Project, has a new name, Project O Street, and a bold future for all of our people. The benefits of Project O Street transcend any one generation or geography. This project represents a generational investment in our community that's going to enhance our quality of life and grow economic opportunity for the people of Lincoln far into the future. Here are just a few of the key aspects and benefits of Project O Street. In terms of infrastructure, the city will provide smoother streets, safer crosswalks, upgraded sidewalks, and new water mains, as well as we will remove and replace old lead private water service lines. And to complement these water and transportation infrastructure improvements, our city team will upgrade our shared public spaces with amenities like enhanced lighting and new trees and streetscapes that support local shopping and dining, festivals, and foot traffic. To achieve these great outcomes for our community, the city plans to invest significant resources into Project O Street, an estimated $35 million. We will determine the overall investment once we receive all construction bids for the project. Project funds will come from a number of sources. They'll come from our city's capital improvement program, from Lincoln on the Move, from the Nebraska Department of Transportation, and from tax increment financing, or TIF, from the existing Downtown Corridors Redevelopment District. Now, as with any major construction project, we will keep our community members and businesses informed at every step of the way. That's part of why we're here before you today, to launch even more of that community engagement effort. And to maximize efficiency and minimize disruption, we'll construct improvements in 3 phases. While the first phase of construction for this project will not begin until late fall, we want to provide everyone with plenty of advance notice, that time to plan ahead for the construction that's coming. So here to share more details on Project O Street construction, those phased timelines of work, and our city's community engagement efforts is Lincoln Transportation Utilities Director Liz Elliott. Director Elliott?
Thank you, Mayor. Project O Street will benefit all community members in Lincoln, whether you live in the far corners of the city or directly here in downtown. Lincoln Transportation and Utilities is ready to construct improvements quickly and efficiently while minimizing construction impacts to the best of our ability. Once complete, new updated infrastructure will benefit the entire community. Through Project O Street, we will replace deteriorating water main on O Street from 9th to 16th Streets. This main has caused 5 water main breaks in recent years. We'll also at the same time replace private lead service lines to protect public health and improve water quality. In addition to those underground improvements, we'll upgrade O Street between 9th and Centennial Mall. These enhancements will include new sidewalks, safer crosswalks for pedestrians, improved short-term parking, more safe paths for bicyclists, and refreshed outdoor gathering spaces. These changes will create a smoother, quieter ride and a more vibrant downtown experience for all residents and visitors. To improve traffic flow and navigation, we will permanently convert the portions of 11th Street and 14th Street that run from N to Q into two-way streets. This will make downtown easier to navigate, it'll calm traffic, and improve access to businesses and parking. Our goal is to maintain an active and welcoming area during the project. So throughout construction, we will keep access open to all homes and businesses. Because of the size and the speed of this project, you can expect temporary full street closures, lane closures, and sidewalk closures throughout construction. These closures are crucial to reducing impacts and completing the project safely and faster, potentially saving as much as 6 months in construction time. Through Project O Street, we will also provide bicycle infrastructure upgrades. These infrastructure upgrades include the bike lane on 14th Street will become a shared lane north of N Street. A new side path will be added along 11th Street between N and Q, which will give more space for pedestrians, scooter users, and bicyclists to safely get where they need to go. We will also improve 3 alleys during this project. Trees will be removed during each construction phase, including many ash trees already scheduled for removal. For every tree removed, we plan to plant nearly 3 new trees. So when this project wraps up, we will increase our tree canopy to nearly 200 trees in the area. As for construction, that won't start until late fall. Our team is already meeting with businesses and coordinating planning efforts now to help reduce the project's construction time and business impacts. We will implement improvements on O Street, as Mayor said, in 3 phases. The project will begin work on the east side of O Street and work west. Phase 1 will be from 16th to 14th Streets, and that will begin in late fall, after the last home football game. Phase 2 will be from 14th to 11th Streets. We anticipate that will begin next spring. And Phase 3 from 11th to 9th Streets will begin next summer. We expect to complete all phases by fall of 2027. The city's efforts to engage residents and businesses through the Downtown Corridors project helps sculpt the new name Project O Street. Planning, communication, and engagements will continue with a public open house this November. We'll also share ongoing updates through future text alerts, in-person and virtual public meetings and public open houses, along with offering a detailed website for the project. Community engagement is a priority of ours for all of our projects. We remain in close communication with businesses and offer one-on-one meetings to support them throughout this project and many other projects. This effort to enhance one of the top 5 most used streets in Lincoln, with an average of 20,000 vehicles per day, will improve reliability, safety, and accessibility along one of Lincoln's busiest and most iconic streets. Thank you for your patience and support as we invest in a better, stronger city. And remember, when you see construction, think progress. Thank you.
It's the unofficial motto of LTU. Well, thank you so much, Director Elliott, for everything you and your team are doing to make this project fly. I also want to thank our partners at the Downtown Lincoln Association. They are essential to making downtown vibrant and welcoming. And here to talk more about how Project O Street will provide a further boost to our downtown environment is DLA President and CEO Todd Ogden.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank the city for their leadership in helping create a first impression that our downtown businesses deserve. And I want to thank our downtown businesses for their experience and their hard work and their leadership for creating a lasting impression that our entire city deserves. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Todd. Just a few blocks north of O Street, you can see it right now, is the University of Nebraska-Lincoln campus. It's home to over 23,000 students and several thousand faculty and staff. And here to talk more about why Project O Street matters to all of them is University of Nebraska-Lincoln Interim Executive Vice Chancellor Mark Button. Mark, thanks so much for being here. I'd love to hear you share a few words too.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be with you today and to represent the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. At UNL, we are very proud to be Nebraska's flagship, land-grant, Big Ten research university. Students, faculty, and staff come to Lincoln and the university from every corner of Nebraska, from every state, and from countries around the globe. They come here to study, to teach, to conduct research, and to serve the state of Nebraska and beyond. And they come here to live, to raise families, and to take part in all that the city of Lincoln offers. I want to thank Mayor Gaylor Baird and all those involved in the conception and realization of this project, as well as the thoughtfulness going into this construction. This work will make downtown better for everyone, including UNL students, faculty, and staff. Importantly to students, their parents, and many others, the upgraded sidewalks, improved lighting, and upgraded pedestrian crossings will make O Street safer and more welcoming. The improved infrastructure and enhanced public spaces will enhance the shopping and dining options that all Huskers enjoy. And the timing of the project will help to minimize disruption during fall semesters, including football season. The success of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln cannot be separated from the city of Lincoln, and vice versa. This has been true since 1869, when the city was named Lincoln and incorporated, the same year the University of Nebraska-Lincoln was chartered. And it remains true today in 2025. The University of Nebraska-Lincoln has a $3.1 billion annual economic impact on the state of Nebraska. We have an annual state tax impact of $84 million and support more than 25,000 jobs, many of them right here in the city of Lincoln. Beyond those figures, our impact can be measured in the incredible talent and expertise we bring to Lincoln, as well as the athletics and artistic and cultural experiences that match any across the country, whether that's a Husker football game, a volleyball match, or a Broadway performance at the Lead, or a Jazz in June. But we want to do more, and Project O Street and similar projects help us to do just that. When a student or an employee considers the university's host city is incredibly important to students, to faculty, to staff, and visitors to campus. And when that university is UNL, downtown Lincoln offers the first impression. O Street is the front door to our city and just blocks from the campus, and that first impression is often a lasting impression. So this project ensures that that impression is the absolute best it can be. Again, it's an honor to be here with you today, representing the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and we look forward to Project O Street taking shape and are proud to be the city's partner in an outstanding town and gown relationship. Thank you. Mayor?
Thank you so much, Mark, for your kind words and partnership. We know that more and more Lincolnites are choosing to live downtown. We're building a lot of housing around here. But by investing in key infrastructure and public amenities, Project O Street will significantly enhance quality of life for downtown residents, like Randy Hawthorne. Randy, thanks so much for being here, and we'd love to hear you say a few more words about how this project might affect your quality of life.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, I am an OG downtown resident, I think. I've lived here for over 20 years, and I've worked here most of my career in downtown Lincoln. Currently, I live about a block from here, and I work right across the street here at Filament. And what I love about living downtown is all of the things that are happening in downtown Lincoln. I can walk out and go to Jazz in June, and this week I can open my Skybox apartment to the Zoo Fest. And I have always believed in a strong core for any community. If the city's core is strong, the entire community thrives. So this infrastructure improvement downtown will make everyone feel safer to come downtown and to feel more connected. So in short, I am super excited to see Project O Street come to life, not only for the benefit of me and the other downtown residents, but for the broader community who will prosper from it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Randy. And of course, as our partners in local government, our Lincoln City Council members play a really important role in supporting infrastructure projects that enhance our quality of life. We do this work together. And here to talk more about the benefits of Project O Street is Lincoln City Councilmember Benny Shobe. Councilman Shobe? And it was his birthday yesterday, FYI.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you. I'll be brief. As a member of the Lincoln City Council, I firmly support infrastructure investment that maintains and enhances our high quality of life in the city. The city's investment in O Street will do that and then some. Project O Street will improve the front entrance to our city, creating a safe and welcoming environment for residents and first-time visitors alike. Whether you're a lifelong Lincolnite or a first-time visitor from across the state, the country, or even the world. At the same time, to those of us who call O Street home, it holds a personal meaning. It's the home of our cherished small businesses. It's the host of concerts and festivals, and a vital link that connects Lincoln to our past, our present, and our future. That's why initiatives like Project O Street matter. They represent a once-in-a-generation opportunity to invest in the heart of Lincoln and to strengthen the literal foundations that connect us to our downtown and to each other. That's why I look forward to supporting Project O Street when it comes in front of the City Council next month. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. Fall down, go boom.
Thank you so much, Councilman Shobe. The city's investment in Project O Street means an even better experience is in store for Lincoln drivers, pedestrians, cyclists, as well as downtown businesses, residents, and visitors. With Project O Street, we're going to make our city stronger, safer, and more successful for everyone, one block at a time. And with that, we would be happy to take any questions from the media who've been so kind to join us here on a hot day. Any questions?
Does the change in the name change what your plans are for the Downtown Corridors project? Because there were other, like 11th Street, there were other associated projects.
It does not. But we thought that Project O Street was a little bit easier to visualize, and it was based on some feedback that LTU got from community engagement, and we thought this was a better way to communicate what we were up to. Is there anything more to it than that?
No.
No? Okay. That's about it. Yes?
How will you ensure during each phase of the project that businesses will able to remain open? I know that was a concern during the 48th Street project where businesses didn't see the traffic and they had to close down.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we're going to ensure some sidewalk access. Do you want to share more about that?
Absolutely. We do our best with every project, and we take lessons learned from each project to continue to improve and make improvements. So with this, we are starting much earlier in our engagement, working with businesses here locally. We're having contact with them as we speak over the next few weeks to learn more about where their water main facilities are, how their entrances to their facilities are, so we can plan for that when construction starts late fall this year. We're also helping them and listening and getting ideas and information from them on what would help their customers to come, whether it's maps on where to park when we have less parking during construction, how to get directly to their store when certain blocks are closed. So we're working with them, and as we always do, continuing to push out information through social media, through media like you to help us share information for people coming in, and then coordinating with everybody in town, whether it's the university, the businesses, or people who live here. And we're working with plans for those kind of quick turnovers, delivery trucks. We have a lot of deliveries down here, and Uber and Lyft rideshare drivers here. So we're trying to plan for that earlier, and hopefully we know there's going to be some efforts that we're going to have to change up as the project goes, but working closely with the businesses will make a huge impact.
Keeping the strip of sidewalk open all the time.
Oh, and the other thing, just to make sure it's perfectly, we will always maintain access, as we do on every project, access to businesses. So the sidewalks will remain open. We'll work with signage, making sure that that is very clear to visitors downtown, that the businesses they want to visit will be open and accessible.
So even when you're putting it in sidewalks in front of these businesses, there will be some sort of access to them?
Yes, we will always maintain access to them. We'll try and minimize when certain work is done and hours, those types, as best as we can. But we will make sure to be providing advance notice of that to the businesses.
In terms of streetscape, do we have any layout or design plans as to what O Street may look like when this is all said and done?
We're still really early on the design phases, but we do have some concept drawings that if you check out the websites, they do have some conceptual drawings. We'll continue to update those as the designs and plans become finalized, and we'll continue to do that when we do have our public open house in November. We will have all of that information there for everyone at that time. Please.
You know, Anthony, if you look up at that tree with its barren branches, it's an ash tree. There are dozens of ash trees along O Street, so some of the streetscape improvements are really about removing those trees that cannot be saved ultimately and replacing them with newer trees and doing some other things to help with shade so that it's comfortable for people to be downtown shopping and dining and being, you know, along O Street even in the heat of summer, and then places to sit, to linger, so that we again are supporting our downtown businesses along with the enhanced lighting and some bumped out curbs so that the crosswalk is shorter. Those are the kinds of streetscape improvements that are very practical and will help support commerce and quality of life downtown.
There was some research done with cameras posted on like some of the lights on O Street. Is any of that research that was gathered from there being used in this project, and if so, how?
Yep, go ahead.
So we know that the way people utilize downtown, especially parking, is pivotal to this area, and trying to understand the usage was important when we were doing those video cameras. And Urban Development Department has been working on a kind of a pilot project to understand usage, and we're taking that information and those lessons into creating a more dynamic parking down here as part of the project, trying to figure out how people are using spaces, loading zones versus parking spots, those types of things. So that's how that information will be pulled into the designs that we are working on right now.
Affect football traffic in the fall.
Right. We know it's already busy with 20,000, drivers every day, and then you add a football game on top of it, and that just explodes with energy and people down here. And we're very mindful of that. And that's why we were very strategic in how we scheduled this, not starting this year until after the last home football game. We will have some impacts with the 2026 football season. We've worked through construction the last several years around the football stadium, so at this point it's something that we're used to, but we are coordinating closely, and actually we have a meeting with the athletic team next week to start talking through what those plans are a year from now. So we're really cooperating and coordinating with the university to make those impacts as minimal. And then our goal, again, with the full closures, being able to reduce construction by about 6 months, that will help us avoid the football season in 2027 as well. So we will impact football in 26, but that should be the only football season we impact. No, you're great.
Our internal in-house motto for this project is get in, get done, and get out. That is what our goal is as we tackle these phases. We want to get in, do the work, get it done, and get out quickly to minimize disruption and create great outcomes for our community. Other questions? Okay, well, we are so grateful for you joining us for this conference and the public launch of Public O Street. I really want to invite our community members to stay informed and follow our progress at lincoln.ne.gov/Project O Street. And again, we'll have much more communications and public information in the coming weeks and months. Thank you to the entire city team that's been working so hard to make this program go. Thank you again to our partners at DLA and UNL for their support, and thank you to you for showing up to help share the message about Project O Street.